part under intracellular accumulation of proteins. What is they have given there? The protein is getting deposited inside that particular region there as such here. Pathologic accumulation of proteins in the cytoplasm of cells may occur in the following conditions here. Okay. Okay, generally the deposition of that particular protein may occur inside the cytoplasm of the cell here in following conditions. In proteinuria there as such. Okay, the first condition in proteinuria, there is excessive renal tubular reabsorption of proteins there as such here. There is excessive renal tubular reabsorption of proteins in proteinuria by the proximal tubular epithelial cells, which show pink hyaline droplets, in their cytoplasm there as such here. The change is reversible so that with control of proteinuria, the protein droplets disappear there as such here. Okay, the change is reversible so that with control of proteinuria, the protein droplets disappear there as such here. It is a reversible change here. Okay, in proteinuria generally what will occur here? Okay, in that particular proximal tubular, okay, renal tubular cells here, in the proximal tubular cells there as such here, whatever are occurring there as such here. Okay, proximal tubule is there as such here. In that particular structure of nephron, we know it very well there as such. In that proximal tubule, whatever epithelial cells are there, they are causing the reabsorption of the large quantity of the proteins there as such here. Okay, as the proteins are absorbed to the large quantity here, what will occur there as such here? Yes, they will show pink hyaline droplets here in the cytoplasm of such epithelial cells here. Okay, and the change is reversible. Okay, so that with control of proteinuria, the protein droplets will disappear there as such here. The cytoplasm of actively functioning plasma cells shows pink hyaline inclusions there as such here. The cytoplasm of actively functioning plasma cells shows pink hyaline inclusions called Russell's bodies there as such here. The cytoplasm of actively functioning plasma cells show pink hyaline inclusions called Russell's bodies representing synthesized immunoglobulins there as such here. Representing synthesized immunoglobulins there as such here. Okay, that is the thing there as such here. This okay. In alpha 1 antitrypsin deficiency here. Okay, in alpha 1 antitrypsin deficiency there as such. In alpha 1 antitrypsin deficiency, the cytoplasm of hepatocytes shows eosinophilic globular, okay, deposits of a mutant protein there as such here. Okay, in alpha 1 antitrypsin deficiency, the cytoplasm of hepatocytes shows eosinophilic globular deposits of a mutant protein there as such here, of a mutant protein. Okay, in what here? In alpha 1 antitrypsin deficiency there as such. The cytoplasm of the hepatocytes shows eosinophilic, okay, globular deposits of a mutant protein there as such here, of a mutant protein. Then Mallory body or alcoholic hyaline in the hepatocytes is intracellular accumulation. Okay, Mallory body or alcoholic hyaline. Mallory's body or alcoholic hyaline in the hepatocytes, okay, is intracellular accumulation of intermediate filaments of cytokeratin and appear as amorphous pink masses there as such here. Mallory body or alcoholic hyaline in the hepatocytes is the intracellular accumulation of intermediate filaments of cytokeratin there as such here and appear as amorphous pink masses there as such here. This is the thing which is occurring there in case of intracellular accumulation of the proteins there as such here. Okay, intracellular Mallory body. Then after that, okay, that Russell's body is alpha antitrypsin deficiency here. Okay, whatever the things are getting deposited, as well as that hyaline droplets in the cytoplasm of epithelial cells of proximal tubule there as such here. Okay, renal, that is what here? That is proximal renal tubule there as such here. So this is the thing there as such here. Then intracellular accumulation of glycogen there as such. This is the third condition there. Conditions associated with excessive accumulation of intracellular glycogen are as under there as such. Okay, conditions associated with intracellular accumulation of conditions associated with excessive accumulation of intracellular glycogen are as under. In diabetes mellitus, there is intracellular accumulation of glycogen in different tissues because normal cellular uptake of glucose is impaired. Because the normal cellular uptake, okay, because in diabetes mellitus there is intracellular accumulation of glycogen in different tissues because normal cellular uptake of glucose is impaired there as here. Normal what cellular uptake of glucose is impaired there. Glycogen deposits Okay, glycogen there as such here deposits in diabetes mellitus. Glycogen deposits in diabetes mellitus are seen in epithelium of distal portion of proximal convoluted tubule there as such here. Glycogen deposits in diabetes mellitus are seen in epithelial of distal portion of proximal convoluted tubule there as such here. Distal portion of proximal convoluted tubule there as such here. And descending loop of Henle there as such here. Okay, descending loop of Henle. Descending loop of Henle there as such here. Okay, this is what here glycogen deposits are seen. Okay, in the hepatocytes, in beta cells of pancreatic isolates, and in cardiac muscle cells here. These glycogen deposits are seen. Deposits of glycogen produce clear vacuoles in the cytoplasm of the affected cells here. Best's carmine, and periodic acid skip. Periodic acid skip staining may be employed to confirm the presence of glycogen in the cells here. Okay, in glycogen storage diseases or glycogenosis there as such here. In glycogenosis here. Okay, that accumulation of glycogen even may occur here. There is defective metabolism of glycogen due to genetic disorders here. Okay, these conditions along. Okay, that is the thing there as such here. Okay, this is because of genetic conditions here. There is a decreased metabolism of glycogen there as such here. Like this, there in diabetes mellitus, even what here the normal glucose uptake of the cells is impaired, or it is what affected here, and adversely affected we can say, and hence the uptake of that particular glucose. Okay, from glycogen, it is not occurring here. So glycogen deposition is occurring inside the cells. Okay, of a body there as such here. Okay, different body parts there as such here, or different tissues inside the body here. Okay, that is the thing there. Glycogen deposits in diabetes mellitus are seen in epithelium of distal portion of the proximal convoluted tubule and descending loop of Henle, and in the hepatocytes, in beta cells of pancreatic isolates, and in cardiac muscle cells also there as such. You see, in kidneys, this glycogen deposition is seen in epithelial cells. Apart from it, in beta cells of that is isolates of pancreas there as such here. Okay, okay, that is what here cells of pancreas isolates there as such here. Beta cells of pancreas isolates. Then after that, hepatocytes, and in what there as such here, that is nothing but the yes, it is cardiac muscles there as such here. Cardiac muscle cells. In cardiac muscle cells also this particular glycogen deposition may be seen there as such here. Periodic acid skip staining, fast skin. Periodic acid skip staining there as such here. Fast staining. That is the thing there. Okay. What is the long form for fast? Periodic acid skip staining there as such here. Okay. That is the thing there as such here. This is the thing there so far regarding this part. Then pigments. Pigments is the next part here. We have discussed here. This is the deposition disorders there as such here. Okay, fatty change there as such here. Fatty change is there. Okay, intracellular accumulation. In under intracellular accumulation, this part we have discussed there as such here. Accumulation of the constituents of normal metabolism we have studied. Then accumulation of abnormal constituents there as such here, such as what there as such here, abnormal metabolism due to enzymes there as such here. Okay, abnormal metabolism due to lack of some enzymes. Example, storage diseases or inborn errors of metabolism. Okay, like this there as such here. Then accumulation of pigments is there as such here. Accumulation of pigments there as such here. Okay, pigments there as such here. Pigments are colored substances present in most living beings there as such here, including humans. There are two broad categories of pigments here, endogenous and exogenous here. Endogenous pigments are present inside the cells, okay, or inside the body, inside the cells there as such here. And exogenous pigments, they are generally taken from outside the body there as such here. That is exogenous pigments there. Endogenous pigments are either normal constituents of cells or accumulate under special circumstances here. Example, melanin, okay, ochronosis, okay, melanin, then ochronosis, hemoprotein derived pigments, and lipophosis there as such here. Melanin pigment is there as such here. Examples of endogenous pigments they have given. Okay, melanin like pigment. Okay, alkaptonuria, then Dubin-Johnson syndrome. Okay, hemoprotein derived pigments. All these pigments they have given here. Under that hemosiderin they have given, acid hematin they have given, bilirubin, porphyrin, then lipofuscin, water and that is wear and tear pigment. Then exogenous pigments are there. Okay, inhaled pigments, ingested pigments, and injected pigments. These are coming under exogenous pigments. The pigments coming outside, coming from outside sources. Okay, apart from body there as such here. Those are called as exogenous pigments here. So this is the thing there as such so far regarding this particular endogenous and exogenous pigments. Okay, endogenous pigments are either normal constituents of cells or accumulate under special circumstances there as such here. Okay, example melanin. Okay, that is hemoprotein derived proteins and lipofuscin, ochronosis. Okay, melanin is the brown, black non-hemoglobin derived pigment normally present in the hair, skin, choroid of the eye, meninges. That is what meninges and adrenal medulla there at here. That is what here adrenal medulla there at here. It is synthesized in the melanocyte and dendritic cells, both of which are present in the basal cells of the epidermis. Okay, it is synthesized in the melanocytes and dendritic cells, both of which are present in the basal cells of the epidermis and is stored in the form of cytoplasmic granules there as such here. Okay. Both of which are present. Okay, it is synthesized in the melanocytes and dendritic cells, both of which are present in the basal cells of the epidermis and is stored in the form of cytoplasmic granules in the phagocytic cells. Okay, called the melanophores, called the melanophores, present in the underlying dermis. Melanocytes possess the enzyme tyrosinase, okay, necessary for synthesis of melanin from tyrosine there as such here. Tyrosine, okay, necessary for synthesis of melanin from tyrosine there as such here, like this there as such. However, sometimes tyrosinase is present, but is not active and hence no melanin pigment is visible. In such cases, the presence of tyrosinase can be detected. Okay, the presence of tyrosinase can be detected by incubation of tissue section in the solution of dihydroxyphenylalanine there as such here. Dihydroxyphenylalanine, DOPA, dihydroxy, solution of dihydroxyphenylalanine there as such here. If the enzyme is present, dark pigment is identified in pigment cells there as such here. If the enzyme is present there as such here, a dark pigment is identified in pigment cells there as such here. Okay, in pigment cells, whatever are there. Okay, if the enzyme is present, the dark pigment is identified in pigment cells here. Okay, this test is called as DOPA reaction and is particularly useful in differentiating. Okay, amylon. Okay, that is what that is amylanotic. Okay, that is amylanotic melanoma from other anaplastic tumors there as such here. Okay. This test is called as a DOPA reaction and is particularly useful in differentiating. Okay, that is amylanotic melanoma from other, that is anaplastic tumors there as such here. From other anaplastic tumors here. This test here, DOPA reaction. Okay, DOPA reaction here. Dark pigment is identified in pigment cells there as such. When it is dipped this tissue in the solution of dihydroxyphenylalanine, DOPA. Okay, various disorders of melanin pigmentation cause, okay, generalized and localized hyperpigmentation here. Various disorders of melanin pigmentation cause generalized and localized hyperpigmentation and hypopigmentation here. Generalized hyperpigmentation here. In Addison's disease, there is generalized hyperpigmentation of the skin, especially in areas exposed to light and of buccal mucosa there etc. and of buccal mucosa here. Okay. In Addison's disease, there is generalized hyperpigmentation of the skin, especially in areas exposed to light. Okay, comma and of buccal mucosa there etc. Then okay, that is nothing but the chloasma. Okay, chloasma is observed during pregnancy. Is the hyperpigmentation of the skin of face, nipples, and that is genitalia, and occurs under the influence of estrogen there etc. And occurs under the influence of estrogen here. A similar appearance may be observed in women taking oral or contraceptives there etc. Okay, hyperpigmentation there etc. A similar appearance may be observed in women taking oral contraceptives there etc. In chronic arsenical poisoning there etc. There is characteristic raindrop pigmentation of the skin there etc. There is characteristic raindrop pigmentation of the skin there in chronic arsenical poisoning there etc. Focal hyperpigmentation there etc. Okay, focal hyperpigmentation. Cafe, it is what here? Cafe olite spots. Okay, cafe how light spots are pigmented patches seen in neurofibromatosis there at here, and Albright's syndrome there at here. Albright's syndrome there at here. Focal hyperpigmentation. It is generally the condition associated with hyperpigmentation there at here. Okay, hyperpigmentation there at here. Okay, this is the thing there as such regarding that focal hyperpigmentation. Okay, focal hyperpigmentation here. Then PUBS, that is Jigger's syndrome, is characterized by focal, that is what, perioral pigmentation here. Perioral pigmentation. Melanosis coli is pigmentation of the mucosa of the colon there as such here. Pigmentation of the mucosa of the colon there as such here. Okay. Melanotic tumors, both benign, that is benign, such as pigmented nevi, and malignant such as melanoma, are associated with increased melanogenesis there as such here. With increase in, that is increased melanogenesis here. Okay, lentigo. Lentigo is also there as such here. What they have given there as such here. These are the some things where focal hyperpigmentation is observed there as such here. Then general hypopigmentation here. Generalized hypopigmentation. The pigmentation is hypo when pigment is in less quantity. Okay, see the color of our skin is because of that particular melanin there as such here. If the concentration of that particular melanin in our skin pigment, if it is very high, okay, it is directly proportional to the darkness of our skin there as such here. Darkness, remember it here. Generalized hypopigmentation. Albinism is an extreme degree of generalized hypopigmentation there as such here, in which tyrosinase activity of melanocytes is genetically defective and no melanin is formed. Defective and no melanin is formed. Okay, tyrosine is an extreme degree of generalized hypopigmentation in which tyrosinase activity of the melanocytes is generally is genetically defective and no melanin is formed. Albinos have blonde hair, poor vision, and severe photophobia. They are highly sensitive to sunlight. Chronic sun exposure may lead to, that is what, precancerous lesions and squamous and basal cell cancers of the skin in such individuals there as such. Localized hypopigmentation there as such. Leukoderma is a form of partial albinism and is an inherited disorder there as such. It is an inherited disorder there as such. Vitiligo is a local hypopigmentation of the skin and is more common. It may have familial tendency there as such. Okay. Acquired focal hypopigmentation can result from various causes such as leprosy, healing of wounds, DLE, okay. Then radiation dermatitis, etc. there as such here. Okay. Radiation dermatitis, etc. DLE means it will stand for, that is discoid, that is discoid lupus erythematosus there as such here. That is DLE. SLE, DLE. Okay, systemic lupus erythematosus. This is a discoid lupus erythematosus there as such here. Melanin-like pigments. Okay, what are the other pigments? Melanin-like pigments there as such they have given here. Alkaptonuria. Okay, like this there as such here. Melanin-like pigments there as such. Okay, melanin-like pigments there as such here. Then that is what? Hemoprotein-derived pigments like this. Melanin-like pigments are what here? That is alkaptonuria. This is a rare autosomal recessive disorder. Melanin-like pigments. Okay. This is a rare autosomal recessive, what there as such here, disorder in which there is a deficiency of an oxidase enzyme there as such here. Okay, in which there is a deficiency of an oxidase enzyme required for breakdown of, that is what, homogen, that is homogentisic acid, which then accumulates in the tissues and is excreted in the urine there as such here. Okay, this is a rare autosomal recessive disorder in which there is a deficiency of an oxidase enzyme required for breakdown of that is what, homogentisic acid, which then accumulates in the tissues and is excreted in the urine there as such here, and is excreted in the urine there as such here. Okay, it occurs because of the oxidase deficiency of oxidase enzyme there as such here. Homogentisic aciduria there as such here. Okay, and then excreted in the urine. Then it is called as what? Homogentisic aciduria. The urine of patients of alkaptonuria, if allowed to stand for more hours in year, turns black due to oxidation of homogentic acid there at such here. Turns black due to oxidation of homogentic acid. The pigment is melanin like. The pigment is melanin like and is deposited both intracellularly and intercellularly and is termed okay ochronosis there at such here. Ochronosis first described by Virchow. Okay, most commonly affected tissues are the cartilages, capsule of joints, ligaments and tendons there at such here. Ligaments and tendons. These are the things there at such here. Okay. The pigment is due to all these things there at such here. Okay. The pigment you can see there at such here. Okay, alkaptonuria there at such here. It is what here? The condition alkaptonuria there at such here. This is the condition called as alkaptonuria. Most commonly, okay, that is that particular thing there. Melanin-like pigments there. Under melanin-like pigments, it is coming there as such here. Okay, like this there as such here. Alkaptonuria there as such here. Dubin-Johnson syndrome is there as such here. Hepatocytes. Okay, hepatocytes, whatever are there. Okay, in patients of Dubin-Johnson syndrome, an autosomal recessive form of hereditary conjugated hyperbilirubinemia contain melanin-like pigment of the cytoplasm there as such here. Hepatocytes in patients of Dubin-Johnson syndrome, an autosomal recessive form of hereditary conjugated hyperbilirubinemia, that is bilirubinemia, contain melanin-like pigment in the cytoplasm there as such here. Okay, contain melanin-like pigment in the cytoplasm there as such here. This is that particular thing there as such here. So far regarding this part there, Dubin-Johnson syndrome here. Hepatocytes in patients of that is Dubin-Johnson syndrome. Okay, an autosomal recessive form of hereditary conjugated hyperbilirubinemia. Okay, contain melanin-like pigment in the cytoplasm there as such here. Okay, contain melanin-like pigment in the cytoplasm there as such here. That is the condition there as such here. It contains the melanin-like pigment in the cytoplasm there as such here. Okay, that is the thing there as such here. Okay, which is associated there with this particular part there as such here. And here that homogenistic acid is there as such here. Homogenistic acid there as such here. Okay, in alkaptonuria, it is homogenistic acid. And the deficiency of enzyme is what here? That is oxidase enzyme there as such here. Dubin-Johnson syndrome. Here, it is hereditary conjugated hyperbilirubinemia, contain melanin-like pigment in the cytoplasm there as such here. Okay, this is that particular thing there as such here. Dubin-Johnson syndrome there as such here. Okay, it's a hereditary conjugated hyperbilirubinemia. Bilirubin concentration is hyper, and it is genetic disorder there as such. Hereditary. Hereditary means what we can say? A genetic disorder there as such here. This is called as genetic disorder there as such here, or hereditary disorder. Okay, then hemoprotein derived pigments are there as such here. What are these pigments? Hemosiderin. Okay, hemosiderin is there. Okay, hemosiderin. That is hemosiderin is the one. Then after hemosiderin, what is the next one there? Acha, yes, hemosiderin. And the second one is nothing but it is what here? Acid hematin, that is hemozoin. It is called as hemozoin. And the third one is they have given it is nothing but it is bilirubin. And the fourth one porphyrin here. These are the other, that is nothing but the pigments there. That is hemoprotein derived pigments there at such here. These are hemoprotein derived pigments there at such here. Okay, we will join once again there at such here. Yes, students.
Yes, sir.
We will join once again here. Up to 12, we will up to 11:50 will continue the session. Hardly for 10 minutes more. Huh? Yes, these are the things there at here. Then remaining things, whatever are there, we will see. Okay, the next session there at here. That is hemoproteins there at here. Hemoprotein derived proteins there at here. Okay.